In this exercise I'm going to look at the chord progression for Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. This is a chord progression that goes from D, G, C to F. And the first thing I like to do is just to get the progression clear in my head, is just to pedal on the root notes of the chord. So that's what we'll do in this first example. So there'll be 4 notes on D, 4 notes on G, 4 notes on C and 4 notes on F. And it sounds like this. This time I'm going to play Don't Let Your Deal Go Down with a 1-3-5-3 progression in behind it. So over the D chord, for example, it'll be D, F sharp, A, F sharp, D. So 1, 3, 5, 3. And it sounds like this. Here's Don't Let Your Deal Go Down with a 1-3-5-1 progression in behind it, and I've just taken the tempo down a little on this one because it's a little trickier to do. So 1-3-5-1, so in D, for example, that'll be D, F sharp, A, D. So in G it'll be G, B, D, G. Now here of course we've got 2 options. We could go G, B, D to the high G, or we could go G, B, D to the low G, and I like to mix it up a bit and do one way sometimes and one the other way sometimes as well. When we come to the, we go through the C, C of course will be C, E, G, C, and in F I like to go from the low F to the high F, so we'll be going F, A, C, F, or sometimes different fingering, F, A, C, F, fingering both of them with my little pinky there, the C and the F. Alright, here we go with some music. This time I'm going to do Don't Let Your Deal Go Down, including the 6th note of the scale, and so it will sound like this in D. So the notes are D, F sharp, A and B. We come to the G chord, we go G, B, D, E. For the C chord we've got C, E, G, A. And for the F chord we've got F, A, C, D. And the D of course is the 6th in the, for the F chord, but it's also the start of our next bar, so we actually get a couple of Ds in a row, 2 D notes in a row there. Alright, so here's how it sounds with some backing. In this example I'm going to play Don't Let Your Deal Go Down with the 7th note of the scale added in. So in D that'll go like this, D, F sharp, A, and then we need a C, and I could play the C here high up on the G string, but it's probably sounds better and a little bit more in tune with what's going on to go to the low C. So we'll go D, F sharp, A, low C, which is the 7th note in the chord of D, and then we'll go through the G7th, which will be G, B, D, F, and then we'll go through the 7th in the chord of C, C, E, G, and we need a B flat here. Again, rather than take the high B flat, I might take the low B flat down here on the A string. So that will be the C 7th chord, then will sound like this: C, E, G, B flat. And then we jump across to the E string for the F note, starting the F chord: F, A, C, D sharp. And the D sharp lends nicely into the start of the next round, which will be the D chord again. So let's just go through that slowly. It's D, F sharp, A, low C, G, B, D, F, C, E, G, B flat, F, A, C, D sharp, D. Here's what it sounds like with some accompaniment. Right, this time I'm going to play Don't Let Your Deal Go Down and connect the chords with chromatic runs. The chromatic run's going downwards, so we're anticipating the chord by a chromatic run down to it. So for example, if I'm coming into the D chord, I'll start on the F note and I'll go chromatically down from the F. So F, E, E flat, D. So that predicts the D chord coming up. So I've got to sort of anticipate the D chord coming down into the D chord. Now from there, of course, chromatically coming down to G means I need to start off on B flat on the A string. So here's B flat on the A string, down to A, and then I need to play A flat to the G. So the chromatic run down to the G starts on B flat, and then immediately we've got to start our chromatic run down to the C chord, again starting on E flat this time. So E flat down to the open D, C sharp to the C. So it'll start straight away, so these runs come pretty quick and fast. And then of course as soon as I hit the C, I've got to start my chromatic run down to the F chord. So from C I jump straight to the A flat on the low E string, and then chromatically down from the A flat. So A flat, G, F sharp, F coming down to the F. So I'm preceding the F note with a chromatic run. So just doing it slowly and unaccompanied for the moment because it's a little bit tricky. We'd actually lead into the D chord with this, with the first chromatic run down to D, and straight away we've got to go to the B flat. So straight away from the D we jump to the B flat. Let's hear that again. Coming down to the G, and straight away we need to jump to the E flat. Coming down to the C, and straight away we need to jump to the A flat to the F. So it's a bit of a tricky technique, but a little bit of practice and you'll get it sorted out in your head. So remembering that we have to anticipate the chord coming up, so we have to actually start playing before the accompaniment in this example.